So, yes, as I said, today we are going to tackle the Messa di voce, which basically means a crescendo and a diminuendo on one single note. It sounds really simple, but it is quite tricky to get the right balance of control and release to find a balanced Messa di voce. So we will work up to that in sort of baby steps. But first, let's just get our voices vocalizing, and then before you know it, you'll be blossoming and blooming and dying and decaying and all these other things vocally. So here we go. Oh, hey, Marty's coming in here. So we're going to start off with a ragdoll exercise. I'll do it standing today, but you can also do it seated. Basically, all you do, keep your knees nice and soft, and then go over just one vertebrae at a time. The head is very heavy and moves towards the floor. Heavy wrists, heavy elbows, and just kind of hang out there for a second. Deep breath in, spine extends as you breathe in, and release it out. Try to go a little bit lower. And then one more in, and out. And then, as you are ready, you can come on back up. You can be seated or standing for this. I am going to be seated, and then I am gonna quickly mute everyone so that no one sort of comes through here. Yes, there we are. I always forget how to do this every week, but thank you for your patience with me. Now that we're all chilled out, let's start vocalizing. So we're going to start with semi-occluded vocal tract exercises, which just work really well for starting a vocal warm-up. You are welcome to do whichever one you want. I'm going to do humming today, but you're welcome to use a voiced vowel like a v or a z, or you can use a lip trill, which is sort of the old school sort of voice teacher way of doing this. But I'm going to go on a hum, and it's just very, very easy scale on. So I'll be down here. Adrian will be up here. And you can go on whichever one you are the most comfortable. Ready? And breathe. Yeah, very cool. I'm going to be a little bit of a stickler on process today. Make the space in your throat first, and then if you can, inhale through your nose. If you can't, you can make a slight gap in your lips. But the objective is to keep this space the same before you breathe, and then into your singing. So let's start here. Ready? And breathe. One more. Cool. All right. Now that we're up this high, we're going to start on the bottom note and then complete the exercise. So what we're going to do is we'll start on the bottom and go and think softer but bigger. Last one. All right, very, very cool. Everyone form an ooh and then inhale for 8 counts. Ooh, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Good. Try that on ah, like you're biting a caramel apple. And breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Good. Let's go back to ooh. So ooh, but maybe keep your jaw a little more open than you did last time. So it's not ooh, but really a little more like that. So form the ooh and breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release. Good. Yeah, I do that to remind us that we want to form that space first, and then we want to breathe slow. So if you get those two things, then the rest of it just sort of flows. And you can find a nice, easy sound, and you'll hardly ever run out of breath if you kind of use that as your setup. So we're going to do this on just an easy slide down. Very nice and easy. We're just warming up. So form that ooh, and then breathe slow and go. Ready? And breathe. Nice. And we're going to keep going, but we're going to go in a different pattern. Instead of going, we're going to start down here. And we're going to do down, up, and then down. Try to keep everything on the same plane. So you're not going ooh, 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 but ooh. Ready? And breathe. Ooh. Just to kind of check on what our mouth and our jaw is doing, take your hand and put it halfway in front of your mouth and try it with this crutch. Ooh. Ready? And breathe. Ooh. Ooh. Last one. Ooh. Good. Drop the hand crutch and try it again. Ready? And breathe. Ooh. Awesome job. Shake that out. We're going to do something totally different now. So that was just basically stretching out our vocal cords. Now we are going to separate our registers. So we'll start real low. Start at an ah, the sort of ugliest, blattiest sound you can make. And then you're going to switch to that lovely ooh that we just went to, an octave higher. And then you're going to go back to the ah. So it'll be like ah, ooh, ah. Give it a shot. Ready? And go. Ah, ooh, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Ah, ooh, ah. Yeah, very, very nice. I like everyone to, if your hands are clean, put them on your jaw like so, and just kind of move it a little bit. So it's nice and easy. Good. And then you can keep one hand here kind of on the side. What this hand is going to check for is you're going to try to keep the jaw in kind of the same place, but you don't want it to lock and get rigid. So if you feel the muscles starting to lock, then you're too rigid. You'll feel something sort of poke out here if that happens. So let's go back to it and try to keep the jaw kind of in the same place. Ready? And go. Last one. So now that we've sort of separated our registers out, we're going to work on combining them together. So starting here, we're going to go from ooh and we're going to migrate to ah, but you want to keep things very sort of together and seamless. So instead of going ooh, ah, we're going to connect it all together. Ooh, ah. So keeping things very sort of consistent in the back of your throat. Ready? Form that ooh, and here we go. Now we're going to reverse it. Ready? And what I see looks really, really good. I'd like to add our wings crutch to it. So what that is you inhale and the arms come out, and when they get to about here, you sing, and you keep them moving out. Even though you're going down, the arms keep going up. Don't worry, I'll give you extra time to breathe. All right, here we go. Start with ooh-ah. Ready? And. Ooh-ah. Reset. Ah-oo. Ah-oo. Reset. Ooh-ah. Ooh-ah. Reset. Ah-oo. Let's drop the breath crutch and see if the breath does the same thing. Ready? And. Yeah, very nice. You notice that we've got a crescendo in that exercise and a diminuendo. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to put them together on one pitch, and we're going to go on ready and breathe. Yeah, very cool. Let's try that on a lower pitch. Ready? Let's do it on a slightly higher pitch. Wow. And that's something that usually kind of helps is if you slide down and then do the exercise. So before we started on the bottom and we went up, for this particular exercise for the Messa di voce, sometimes you get a little more control if you come from a higher note. So instead of just starting on the note, we're going to start higher and go. So give that a shot, and then when you do this, realize that that first note that you sing needs to be quite soft and it needs to stay soft. So the trick is staying soft while sliding. Make your ooh and breathe. Here we go. And. Oh, let's try a little higher. Ready? Ooh and breathe. Last one. Yeah, very nice work. So we're really well on our way to having a really solid Messa di voce. There's only one thing that needs to change is that I'm having you switch the vowel to change the volume of the sound, and now we're going to work on doing that on the same vowel. Trust me when I say the hardest part about it is measuring out your diminuendo. So if you can get the diminuendo right, then the rest is usually pretty easy. So we're going to work on the diminuendo, and we're going to do it with a beat. All right, so we're going to do 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can think of it in terms of dynamic settings. So the first one is like forte, mezzo forte, mezzo piano, pianissimo, as soft as you can get by the last count. All right, so here we go. We'll start on that pitch, whichever one is more comfortable for you, and we're just going to go on an ah and diminuendo over 4 counts, like ah. So try to measure it out over 4 counts. Make your ah and breathe. Ready? Ah and breathe. Ah. Awesome. You start a little louder, see what happens. Ready? Ah and breathe. Ah. Really cool. Nice job. All right, let's try it on a lower pitch. Ready? Ah and breathe. Ah. go for that big open sound on the start of this. Make the ah, slow breath. Cool. We are totally ready to try a real Messa di voce. We're going to go 4 counts crescendo, 4 counts diminuendo, and you get your rock and beat on as well. And we're going to do it on just on a single pitch on ah, so it'll sound like this. So that's the idea. Let's give it a shot. Take that ah and remember to breathe slow. Try to keep the same space in your throat. Ah and breathe. Yeah, it definitely takes kind of a lot of control, right? So we're going to work with some breath crutches to really work that out. Let's, if you want to put your hands on your collarbones or your shoulders, the key is not letting these go down when you start that ah soft. If you're ah, then you're stuck. See how my hands kind of move? Instead, when you inhale through that ah, what happens with your elbows? Everyone try inhaling through the ah. See how the elbows kind of come outwards and upwards? When you sing the ah, try to keep them going outwards and upwards. Make sure they're not blocking your face before you start diminuendoing, otherwise you'll be doing a backflip by the time you finish the exercise. So, here we go. Make your ah and breathe slow. Ready? Yeah, bonus points if you can keep the elbows going up as you diminuendo. That's a little tricky to do. Let's try it slightly lower. Ready? And breathe. Yeah, good. We'll try one higher. Make your ah, and here we go. Nice work. Everyone shake that out a little bit. We have one more exercise to do. This one is to take that Messa di voce and loosen it up a little bit. So we'll start kind of middle of the range right here. And we're going to do basically kind of 2 counts crescendo, 2 counts diminuendo, and then we're going to do this pattern very fast. So it'll be sorry. So try to kind of move your voice after you finish. If you still have the flexibility to move your voice, that means you didn't clamp down. So it's a nice check for that. Ready? Let's try it. Make the ah and breathe. Good. I hope my conducting wasn't too weird. I've never conducted something like this before, so it's going to be kind of odd. Try it low. Start real soft and then get real loud. Ready? Yeah, cool. Let's try it nice and high. Make that big ah and breathe. Cool. Last one. We're going to go for broke. Ready? Make that ah and breathe. Cool. Good work, everyone. Nice big siren from the top to bottom, starting on an ooh and going to an ah like this. Ooh, ah. Ready? And ooh, ah. Good, everyone do that one more time. Make sure you make the ooh and then breathe, and try to start as high as you can. Ready? And then just for fun, we're going to do one the other way. Ready? And Really nice work, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm happy to stick around for a minute or two for questions. Hey, there's David. And I should probably stop the recording.